Hello again guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a little bonus feature of our Airbus tutorial series. We are going to operate the A320 from Nice back to East Midlands on the return sector. I do hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. And if you have any comments or questions for me, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks very much, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
Now we can call the tower now and tell them we're ready.
East Tower, Midland 2900, ready to go. Runway 4 left, IFR to East Midlands. Midland 2900, cleared for takeoff. Runway 4 left, surface wind 338 at 8. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 4 left, Midland 2900.
Yeah, we're clear for takeoff. Clear on the approach. No traffic on TCAS. Now we turn the strobes and landing lights on. So, takeoff. Ramflex 30, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust depth. .100 knots. C1 rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Nav. Autopilot 1.
Midland 2900, contact East departure, 120.65. 120.65. Midland 2900.
Now we'll just wait to contact departures until we've cleaned up the aircraft, otherwise it's going to start getting a little bit busy. Let's leave a climb. First climb out blue 8000. Aerosoft Airbus struggling a little bit to fly the departure turn there. Flap 0. And we can contact departures now.
East departure, Midland 2900 is climbing through 2,300 for altitude 8,000. Midland 2900, East departure, roger, QNH 1014. Midland 2900, turn right heading 215, resume own navigation, climb altitude 8,000. Midland 2900, turn right heading 245, climb and maintain altitude 8,000. Turn right heading 245, climb altitude 8,000. Midland 2900.
So again, for now we're just going to fly the SID, unless it gives us a left turn that makes sense. So flaps are up, runway turn off, and the nose wheel lights are off, spoilers disarmed. After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, and the packs are on. The after takeoff checklist complete.
Mike. 4451, traffic in flight level 341, Bombardier, your deck report them in sight. Aeroplot code 718, you're at 300 below your flight altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 380. Midland code 90, turn left, heading 220, proceed on course. Bombardier, give off salute light, traffic at 6 o'clock, 2 miles, at flight level 350, Airbus A319, report them in sight. Turn left, heading 220, resume on navigation. Midland altitude 90. Bombardier, give off salute light, have Airbus A319 in sight.
Really spectacular scenery around the Alps. That's one to go.
Board 451, turn left, heading 140, resume on navigation. Turn left, heading 140, resume on navigation. 4451. Midland code 90, climb flight level code 40. Flight level 360, EC 8352.
You can see, unfortunately, for the trip back home, we've got a fairly steady 30 knot headwind, so obviously going to take us longer to return to East Midlands than it did out to Nice. Flight time today, pushing it's about 1 hour 49 minutes, so about 10 minutes more than the trip outbound. And just about to pass over the equitime point now for Nice and Lyon. So we'll change the equitime point for Lyon and Paris. We'll get the weather shortly, but so basically now if we have any problems we'll just continue on to Lyon.
Turn left, heading 200, proceed on course. Your France,
Well, to clarify if we have any major issues, otherwise we'll try and return back to Nice.
Your France 1444, contact Marseille, control point 124 decimal line. Ryanair 4930, turn right, heading 300, resume on navigation, climb flight level 400. Turn right, heading 305, resume on navigation, climb and maintain flight level 400, Ryanair 4932. Midland code 90, contact Marseille, control point 124 decimal line. ALM 5907 heavy, contact Milan, control point 124 decimal 965. 124 decimal 5, Midland altitude 90. 124 decimal 5.
That's one to go.
1444. Marseille, control Midland altitude 90, is climbing through flight level 351 for flight level 360. Midland 290, Marseille, control, roger. Marseille, control, Air France 1444 with you. Air France 1.
Have a look over the windshield. Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. Especially that valley down there. Not sure which airport Lima, Foxtrot Lima Sierra is. Obviously a French airport still, we're still over the French Alps.
Bombardier, you have 2 flight QR300 above your assigned altitude. Turn right heading 300. Soon on navigation, set and maintain flight
I'm
level
not that familiar with this part of the world. So for anyone who saw my video flying around the Alps recently, it's a really stunning part of the world. Let's smack out cruise. TCAS below. Secondary will just make a copy of the active for now. And we'll just have a look through the aircraft systems quickly. Engines look good. Bleed is good. Pressurisation is good. We've got an cabin altitude of 7,000 feet. Neck is good. Hydraulics, pressures are good. Blue and yellow is fine. Green's a bit low again. That seems to just be a quirk of the Aerosoft Airbus, but that always happens. Fuel. So we can add up the fuel used to the fuel on board to see if we have a fuel leak. So that's 8.2 tons, which is what we departed with, so there's no fuel leak. Cabin temperature is good. Cockpit oxygen is good. Wheels good. And the flight controls are good. So 170 into Lyon as we said, and Paris 08, so radius of 260. From memory, 35 left is the longer runway at Lyon, just double check. Indeed it is. And you can see now we're almost about overhead Lyon. Won't be able to spot it, but 20 miles out, heading 310. Ah, there you go, just down there. A few bumps there. Just give it a second, if it's still bumpy we'll turn the seatbelt signs on. Okay. Seatbelts on. And start the stopwatch just as a reminder to us. Yeah, so that's Lyon Airport just below us. Hopefully it's not going to be bumpy all the way back to East Midlands. And if that's Lyon Airport, then presumably out to the west is Lyon.
Runway 590, turn right heading 225, flight level 360, 2755, contact Saitek Pro Flight 130.85.
Do a fuel check at Blue Roll.
Turn right heading 225, climb and maintain flight level 360, 08590.
And top of descent 11:29, currently 10:34, so about an hour till top of descent. Do the fuel check first and then we'll start setting up the MCDU for the arrival. Looks like that turbulence is smoothed out now, but we'll just leave the seatbelts on a little bit longer. see the longer runway, 35 left, which is the one we planned if we needed to use any. And there's the shorter runway out to the east. And we're leaving the high terrain behind us now. So for the rest of the route, if we do need to descend, we can descend down to 10,000 feet. So just passed overhead waypoint Boulol, fuel on board 6.1 tonnes, and the fuel used 2.1 tonnes. On the flight plan, waypoint Boulol, the estimated fuel on board 5.8 tonnes, the actual fuel on board, as we just mentioned, that's 6.1 tonnes, so that gives us an extra 300 kilos. And then the estimated burn was 2.4 tonnes, the actual burn 2.1 tonnes, again an extra 300 kilos. So those figures both agree, we have an extra 300 kilos on board, which again means we'll arrive back into East Midlands with an extra 300 kilograms on top of what we planned for. Once again, that works out to be very roughly an extra 10 minutes worth of fuel. And again, if we add the fuel used to the fuel on board, that gives us 8.2 tonnes, which is what we departed Nice with, and that means that there is no fuel leak on board. Got some more traffic just passing out to the east of us at our level. Again, it looks like he'll be passing behind us.
Turn left heading 1502 on navigation.
Yeah, that's definitely Charles de Gaulle just passing below us now.
lift heading 0, standard climb at level 3, standard 0, speed vertex 44.
Okay, so downtown Paris is just out to the southwest. Okay, so that must be the Seine, that river that's running north to south. So somewhere along there is the Eiffel Tower.
Shamrock 403, contact Paris control book 125.7. Contact Paris control book 125.7. Shamrock 403, thanks for the hill vibe.
And city centre, looking at the map here, should be roughly on our 8 o'clock. Not sure if I can see the Eiffel Tower or not.
Contact Paris control book 125.7. Over 125.7, mid-latitude 900, goodbye. Paris control, mid-latitude 900, with you, flight level 360, Midland 900, Paris control, roger.
Anyway, can't see the Eiffel Tower, but that is the city of Paris off on our left. We'll do another fuel check at code 4 for the arrival.
Southwest, turn right, heading 070, climb and maintain flight level 250, expect vector ILS, runway 24, approach.
Yeah, you can see the French coast and the English Channel, and you can just make out the southeastern tip of the UK there. So it looks like we'll start our top of the descent just after we cross the coastline of the UK.
control, mid longitude 900 with you, flight level 360. Mid longitude 900, Airbus control, roger.
And you can see the northern coast of France now. There they are, left 27, India, Echo Mike, Echo 109.35, final approach track 269, aerodrome elevation 306 feet. The profile check at 5.2 DME, 2,000 feet, down to an MVA of 482, and the missed approach is climb runway heading to 3,000 feet, and then ultimately making a right turn. Terrain, there's no high terrain around the airfield. MSA is 2,700 feet off Echo Mike Echo. The weather, as we've said, we'll try and get an ATIS when we get a bit closer, but we know that the weather is nice going off the briefing. Additionally, we're using auto brake low and idle reverse. Landing distance we have calculated. Landing on runway 27, and we'll expect to vacate via Mike, go for some sort of taxi onto the central apron. Only thing to mention in the NOTAMs, Tango is still closed for the taxi onto the apron. Fuel we've already discussed, we're arriving with 3.9 tonnes and we need 2.4 tonnes for Heathrow, our alternate today. So an extra 1.5 tonnes now, which is roughly just over an extra 30 minutes of fuel. There, that's the brief complete, about 10 minutes now till top of descent. So calculating our top of descent, we're at 360, so that's 144 miles that we need to descend. We're currently at 220, so minus 80 from that gives us 140 miles, so that looks correct.
Ryanair 983, turn right, heading 310, resume on navigation.
Just about to cross the coast now of France. Can't quite make out the coastline of the UK just yet.
Descend flight level 280, mid longitude 900.
First Mach descent out blue, flight level 280. As we said a minute ago, we need about 140 miles for the descent. Currently 120, so as we predicted, thrust idle, we are rather high. Also to meet that restriction at Hemel, although he hasn't given it to us, so we won't worry about that for now. But once again, we'll just use the speed to increase our rate of descent and get back on profile. As you can see, initially the aircraft will actually adjust the speed within plus or minus 20 knots. Once we reach that limit, then that's all it can do itself, so we have to intervene, go to selected speed, and we'll just keep increasing the speed to once again try and get back on profile. Thrust idle. Traffic the lowest there. That was quite close. Only about 120 miles now. We're not too far off profile anyway. We're only descending another 2,000 feet, so we'll leave the speed for now, then we'll go managed as soon as we level off. That's one to go. Thrust idle. Speed up star, managed speed. So 28,000 feet now. 112 miles we need. We have 108. Around 100. We go direct to East Midlands. It's almost completely overcast over London, so I'm afraid we won't get to see much of the scenery. Alps. Now we can clear out that restriction at Hemel. Obviously he's not expecting us to meet that. Still no dew on that East Midlands ATIS, we'll just leave it up on the active. Sent out blue, 16,000. Again we use a transition of 18,000 feet. And yeah, we'll just leave the ATIS up on comp 2, hopefully we'll pick it up at some point. Thrust idle. Once again you can see the aircraft will initially accelerate itself up to its managed speed limit. We'll intervene again. 104 miles we need for the descent, we're now at 93. So again we're a little bit high. And we need to be aware as well, we're going to have to slow down early for this 250 knots at Welland.
Turn left heading 155, descend and maintain flight level 260, expect vectors ILS, runway 27, right approach, speedbird 901.
The aircraft thinks we're about 1,000 or 1,500 feet high, that's probably about right. 88 miles we need, and we're just coming up on profile now basically.
Descend and maintain flight level 340, expect vectors ILS, runway 27, right approach, speedbird 122, Manny. Speedbird 122, Manny, turn right heading 060.
Thrust idle.
Turn right heading 180, climb and maintain flight level 370.
20,000 feet, seatbelt signs can go on. As you can see now we have regained the profile, so the aircraft's managing the descent. Try and keep bringing our speed back.
Turn right heading 185, speedbird 901.
that we'll go manage speed, make sure we get back to the restriction at Welland, and we'll take the deviation from profile again if necessary. Thrust idle. I'm going to clear down to altitude now, we're about to pass through 18,000. So we'll go EGNX 1013 is set. And the approach checklist briefing confirmed, ECAM status checked, seatbelt on, fire ref, EGNX 1013 set, minimum, fire 482 set, engine start selector, normal, the approach checklist complete. Okay, so that's the heading, VS-1000 heading out blue, flight level 160. Come back to VS-500, try not to level off. So he is indeed vectoring us for the ILS-27. When we decide what it is he actually wants to do with us. So that's out blue 2000, that's going to put us below the MSA, and we're on heading of 340. So 64 miles we need, and 45 miles we have. Assuming he's going to basically vector us direct, we're quite high now, so it's thrust idle open descent. Yeah, we're doing that now. And we can't increase the speed now because we've got the speed restriction. Again, the Welland 250 knots doesn't necessarily apply now that we're off the star, but we'll soon be coming up on 10,000 feet anyway. We'll have to slow down then. So just to give us a more realistic track distance, or flight plan distance, we'll go direct to Daventry 38, and we'll come back into heading. 7338, set that, and then heading 340, heading. So we have 48 miles to run, we need about 56, so we will take some speed break now. A half speed break should be sufficient. And again, to maintain that 3 degree glide slope, we need to be doing about 1500 feet a minute, so 2500 should be bringing us back on profile.
526, turn left heading 3, Austria 87 Penny. Contact Manchester Control at 118.775.
118.775, Austria 87 Heavy, goodbye.
Midland 290, contact bearing approach on 130.2.
Contact metering approach on 130.2, Midland 290, thanks for the help line. Metering approach, Midland 290 is at 11,200, descending altitude 2,000. Midland 290, metering approach, roger, QNH 1014.
EGNX 1014, set and cross check. That's passed through 10,000 feet. Landing lights on.
Midland 290, contact metering approach on 123.3. Over 2123.3, Midland 290, goodbye. Metering approach, Midland 290 is at 90,300, descending altitude 2,000. Midland 290, metering approach, roger, QNH 1014. Midland 290, turn right heading 355, descend altitude 2,000. Turn right heading 355, descend and maintain altitude 2,000. Midland 290.
Yeah, get rid of the speed brake now. He's turning slightly away from the airfield. We're back on profile. Start slowing up as well now. And we can activate the approach phase. Start left 27. Got India Echo Mike Echo identified. Correct. So 7,000 feet, so the 3-degree slope should be about 21 miles to run. Maybe just a touch high. However, we're flying on a base rather than direct to, so should be okay. We'll just take one stage of flaps to help with the descent. So flaps 1. And we'll come back now to manage speed. So you can see we're pretty much on the glide slope at the moment.
Midland 290, you're 20 miles east, turn left heading 295, descend altitude 2000, cleared ILS, runway 27, approach, maintained altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Contact East Midlands Tower on 124.0. Turn left heading 295, descend altitude 2000, cleared ILS, runway 27, approach, maintained altitude 2000 until established. Tower on 124.0, Midland 290.
Okay, it's clear for the ILS, it is identified. Fly slope light blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2.
East Midlands Tower, Midland altitude 990, is 18 miles east inbound ILS. Runway 27, approach. Midland altitude 990, East Midlands Tower. Continue. Runway 27, QNH 1014. Continue. Runway 27, Midland altitude 990.
So not clear to land yet. Active waypoint Daventry 38, that's still good. Trending a touch high here actually, we'll take another stage flat, try and slow down a little bit more. Vector speed again. Don't want to slow all the way down to 150 knots yet. That's going to make it harder for us to get back on profile as well. $4,000 feet should be about 12 miles, so that's looking good now. Start reducing the descent rate in a second. There's Ratcliffe Power Station straight ahead of us. Now you can see East Midlands off at our 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Want to go.
$2,500.
Get down. Focus star. Lap 3. Fly straight star. Approach altitude is 3,000 feet. Max speed 3,000 blue. Flaps full.
Midland 290, cleared to land. Runway 27. Cleared to land. Runway 27. Midland 290.
Flight and spoilers should have been done with the landing gear. Anyway, landing checklist. Cabin crew are ready. Auto thrust, speed, auto brake low. ECAM memo, landing no blue. The landing check is complete. There we are, clear to land.
$1,000.
Stable. Now we'll disconnect the autopilot.
$500.
Check.
400. 100 above. 300. Minimum 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. Retard. 10. 5.
So spoilers, rev goon, decel, manual braking, $70 knots. Cancel the reverse, and we'll vacate here at Mike.
Midland 290, contact ground on 121.9er. Over 2121.9er, Midland 290, goodbye. East Midlands ground, Midland 290, taxi to stand. Midland 290, taxi to stand 7, via taxiway Mike Alpha, Quebec Charlie. Taxiing to stand 7, via taxiway Mike Alpha, Quebec Charlie, Midland 290.
Okay, Mike, left on Alpha, Quebec is the first right, and then Charlie. Once again, I'll just do all the off-landing checklist items before we start taxiing again, just to make my life easier. Start up the APU, short taxi. Okay, there's no one coming down Alpha. And the off-lane checklist: flaps, retracted, spoilers, disarmed, APU is starting, radar is off, and predicted wind shear is off. Off-lane checklist complete. Didn't actually catch what gate he said, so we'll just treat and use the progressive taxi once we turn on to Charlie. Obviously in reality we just asked the air traffic control again. Overall that was quite a nice flight. As you can see, P3D can still look rather pretty, I would say. Landing was a touch squirrely towards the end, but that's just, well, making my excuses, but that's just the Aerosoft Airbus doesn't really handle like the real aircraft, it is much more sensitive. Okay, so we're turning on to Quebec and then on to Charlie now. We'll turn on the progressive taxi just for the bay. APU is available. Okay, seems like the parking spot's just here. Again, usually we'd have a marshaller to actually guide us to the spot, but we'll try and estimate ourselves. About right. So the parking brake is set, APU is available, lead can go on, shut down the engines. Once the engines are shut down, we can turn the seatbelt signs off, slide the disarm so the beating can go off, and we can turn the fuel pumps off as well. Again, we wait for the air stairs to come, and then they'd open the doors and start unloading the cargo. And as we didn't do it last time, today we'll secure the aircraft as if we were actually leaving it for the day, although we'll leave the APU running as there's no ground power right here. So to secure the aircraft, you can turn the ADIRs off, crew oxygen can go off, signs off, emergency exit lights off. That's about it. Securing, we should do the parking checklist first. Parking checklist, APU bleed is on, engines off, seatbelts off, external lights set, fuel pumps off, park brake is on, parking checklist complete. Securing the aircraft, ADIRs off, oxygen off, APU bleed is on, emergency exit lights off, and the signs off. APU and battery will leave on. The securing check is complete. And that's us. That's a complete rotation from East Midlands over to Nice and then returning back to East Midlands.
So there you go guys, that was the return sector from Nice to East Midlands. As you can see, the operation is very similar to what we've covered in the past 7 tutorials. If you did find the series useful, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. And if you have any comments or questions, once again please leave them down in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks very much, and I'll see you all again soon.